Hello students, welcome again to this class of data analytics. So in last class, we basically introduced the subject of data analytics, right? We have seen that what is data, what is analytics, and how does that make sense to us, how the data is recorded, how we can analyze the data, or we can help the industry by predicting the results, right? So we've seen first sort of things in the last lecture. Now we will move further. And the very basic, the very initial things that we need to see is what type of data is there in the market, okay, or how we can collect that data. So it will all make sense to you shortly. So first of all, what we have over here is univariate statistics, right? What it is written, univariate statistics, okay. Don't worry, we will see what is it. So see, univariate is basically made from two words. One is uni, that means one, okay, and next says variate, that is variable. What it implies, it means statistics with one variable. So what is univariate statistics? It basically involves the analysis of the data, okay. Basically here we are studying the data where we have only one variable, okay. That variable could be anything. Like let's say I am collecting your marks, okay. You are some students in the class. Let's say I have a certain class, there are 50 students in that class, and I want to see what is the average marks obtained in that class, and what are the maximum marks that our students are getting, and what is the performance of the lowest student, okay. Now here what I can collect, I can collect the name of the students, okay, and then I can collect their background, from which city they belong, whether he's a rural or he's an urban student, and uh, then I will collect the marks. Obviously, what are his marks, right? And what is its performance till now? What is its CGPA? Now we can collect basically what these are called. See, the data is collected in this form. Okay, I will show you now. Data is collected in this form. We have a table, such sort of tables, right? We have such sort of tables. So what happens is here horizontally, sorry, yeah, here horizontally we have records, records here, and these are called attributes that are placed here. Like let's say I will say what is the weight of students, what are the marks of students, okay. So these are called attributes, and here I will enter the names. Let's say here is record of Rehan, here is a record of Pankaj, okay. I can do this, okay. So these are records and these are attributes. These are columns and these are rows. So now what is univariate statistics? Univariate statistics means that we have only single column. If we are analyzing only single column, only single variable is there, only single attribute I am studying about, that is called univariate statistics. It is a very simple statistics, very simple form of data analysis, okay. And yeah, it is very useful. We can calculate, let's say I have data about all the whole class, okay. Then what I can calculate, I can calculate the mean of that class, the median of that class, mode of that class, okay. Then I could calculate standard deviations, right, interquartile range. We will study all those. If you do not know what standard deviation, what is all this, we will study all this. But yeah, this is what univariate statistics basically, it basically means we have one variable, okay. We have one variable. Yeah. So see, here you can see we have Rehan, its weight is 70. We have Pankaj, its weight is 68, and Neeraj 65. Now this is obviously made up data. This is not the actual data. But yeah, now if I see what is the average, I can ask what is the average weight. You can easily say, sir, 70 plus 68 plus 65 upon 3. This will be the mean weight, right? This will be the mean weight of the class. Okay. So yeah, similarly we can have various attributes of any person, okay, or for any sensor. If we are studying only single attribute, that is called univariate statistics. What we can infer from this data, we can mean, median, mode, standard deviation, etc. There are many quantities or many statistics, many stats that we can obtain from the data. We will see it further. But yeah, this was about univariate statistics. Okay, next. charts and graphs for univariate analysis. Okay, so what are the various charts or graphs that we use for the univariate analysis? So first, we have frequency distribution tables. We will shortly see what are these. Then we have histograms. Then we have bar charts, frequency polygons, and pie chart, and there are many more. These are very basic charts that I mentioned over here. There is no limit that how you can visualize the data or how you can present the data. There is no limit to that. Okay, it is all up to human imagination. So the way that you can best present that data, the way that you can make other people understand what you are about to say, what you want to say in your presentation, that can be, you can name that chart anything. Okay. So many of the charts are already being discovered or already been presented by the various scientists and various engineers. But yeah, you can also discover your own that sir that this form of presentation is better than this, and you can name it after yourself. Okay, I'm just kidding. Okay, so yeah, we have frequency distribution tables, we have histograms, we have bar charts, frequency polygons, and pie chart. So we will see what are these in next slides. Okay, what how it now it will make sense to you. So first of all, we have frequency distribution table. What is what is frequency? What is frequency? So frequency basically tells us what that how many times that process or that event is occurring, right? Like here I have marks, like we have certainly discussed. That time I am collecting the marks. Okay, let's say I have taken the test in the class. The test was the maximum marks in that test was 50. Okay, now I have taken the test, students have given the test, I have checked the copies. Now I am recording the performance of the class. What I have done, I have seen that there is only one student that has scored between 0 to 10. Okay, then there are five students who have scored between 10 to there are five students who have scored between 10 to 20. Then 10 students have scored between 20 to 30, 7 between 30 to 40, and 7 between 40 to 50. So this is frequency distribution table. This is nothing but a table. You have basically plotted a table. See, what is the raw data here? Raw data will be something like this, that you will have a name of the person, you will have the name of the person, and here you will have the marks. This is the raw data that you have collected. Okay, here maybe there are many records, 1 2 3 4, there are many records. Okay, what I have done, I have created a frequency distribution table from this basic table, right? How I have done that, I have seen that the marks that have been lying in 0 to 10, let's say there was only one student whose marks were lying in this domain, then there were 5, 10, 7, 7. So this is called frequency distribution table, and it's very useful. However, it's not practical if we have very large number of cases and our domain is our outcome space, our sample space is very large, then you can't, it's not make sense, it doesn't make sense to plot the or to draw the frequency distribution table. Okay, because if you have too many records of frequency, okay, there are, so it doesn't make sense that you are presenting it in the form of table. It will then again be a tedious problem to solve. How will you calculate the, how will you get the insights if there are too many rows in the table? So obviously graphs are best, but if the data is less, then frequency distribution tables are also very good, and you will find a lot it in this domain, in data science and data analytics domain. Frequency distribution tables are very useful. Okay, so yeah, this is one sort of way to present the univariate data. Okay, if we are talking about univariate, please remember that. So this is the one method. Now what is next? Next we have histograms. Now what is this? It is nothing but the modified form of frequency distribution table. How? Now what I have done here, what I have done here are my, there were my records, right? Like how many students, yeah, how many students have weight in this domain? 132.5. There are three students, right? Let's say here. Here we have frequency, and here this is my attribute. Okay, attribute. What frequency shows? Frequency shows number of records in that domain. Okay, so this is basically a range. It is here 132.5 is mean. Okay, so this is basically a range. What this curve shows is that how many students lie in this domain. Okay, histogram of weights, like how many students have weight in this range. Like we can see that maximum of students in the class have the weight in this range, right? This is also called the mode. What is the mean? What is the mean? How we can calculate the mean? If I multiply the frequency with their average weight of each of the plot here, and then divided by the total frequency. Yeah, I know it's confusing a bit, but yeah, if you can get that, then we can calculate mean, and the maximum occurrences is mode, and then we can calculate median also. I will not go into detail. Median is basically central value. Okay, so these are the histograms. You might have seen it maybe many times. It's a very common graph. Okay, again we are calculating univariate only. Okay, fine. Next, we have bar chart. Okay, so what is bar chart? Okay, so okay, I will show these graphs further in next class. I think it's okay for this class. So we will meet in next class and we'll discuss some further graphs, and then we will move to bivariate and multivariate analysis. Okay, bye bye.